Phillies baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
The Phillies have celebrated division clinches several times while the Washington Nationals sat across the diamond respectively, taking it all in. The 2012 National League East champions are yet to be crowned. We can make a pretty good assumption that the team from the nation's capital will be claiming that spot. We know it won't be the Phillies, but they can avoid being the ones watching when they meet the first place team the next 3 nights. Sadly, tonight marks the beginning of the final series of the regular season here at Citizens Bank Park, at least the home series, as the Phils and the Washington Nationals get together for Game 1 of this 3-game set. Now, the Nationals' magic number to clinch the National League East is at 5 right now. They have the best record in all of baseball, 1 game ahead of the Cincinnati Reds. And then you see the Rangers and the Yankees, and then the surging San Francisco Giants. Well, they're even with the Yankees for 4th best record in the majors. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Chris Wheeler. The Phillies are hoping the Nationals do not celebrate their divisional crown here at Citizens Bank Park. And in doing so, they're going to send Cole Hamels to the mound tonight to try to quiet this Nationals offense.
Well, Cole Hamels has been a very, very good pitcher this year, Tom. He's been good against this team. He's been very good against the Washington Nationals throughout his career, as a lot of pitchers have for the Phillies, because they dominated them so much, at least until this year when the Nationals have really, really turned the corner. This is what Cole has done here in this ballpark. A really good earned run average, under hits per innings pitched. Look at the walks and strikeouts, and the opponent's batting average just .231. Cole Hamels, a tremendous season and a great job against the Washington Nationals here. Now, back in May, he had a really good game. Edwin Jackson and he matched up. He pitched 8 shutout innings. He had 8 strikeouts in this game. He had everything going. When you watched him early in the season like that, you just knew this guy, if he stayed healthy, was going to have a big season. Curveballs, changeups, cutters, and a real good fastball. For this season, Cole Hamels has been one of the most consistent pitchers in the National League, and this is what he's done against them. Had that crazy game, of course, down there on a Sunday night when he wound up hitting Bryce Harper. He wound up losing to Detwiler, the guy we're going to see tonight, and then that real good game we just showed you. So Cole Hamels against the Nationals this year, throughout his career, and what the Nationals have seen of him, he's pitched very well against them.
All right, so he'll start the final home series of the regular season here at Citizens Bank Park. It is Game 1 of this 3-game set between the Phils and the Washington Nationals. See the pitching matchup. Ross Detwiler make his 26th start of the year. What a turnaround he's had here in 2012. And, of course, Hamels will make his 30th start of the season. It is the 11th annual Goya Latino Family Celebration here at the ballpark. Plenty of dancing, plenty of songs, plenty of activities. The lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross. We're creating a more coordinated healthcare system that is built around you. Independence Blue Cross, changing the game.
The pitcher, número 35, number 35, Cole Hamels. Los Philadelphia Phillies.
Phillies Spanish language play-by-play broadcaster Ricky Ricardo introducing Cole Hamels and the rest of the Phillies starting lineup tonight. It's the 11th annual Goya Latino Family Celebration here at the ballpark as the Phils and the Washington Nationals gather together for the final home series of the regular season. Let's take a look at the Nationals starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Jason Worth will lead it off. He's in right field. Then Bryce Harper and Ryan Zimmerman. Adam LaRoche, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Michael Morse is in left field. He'll bat fifth. Hitting sixth, the shortstop Ian Desmond. Danny Espinosa, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching is Kurt Suzuki. And batting ninth and pitching is left-hander Ross Detweiler. And they'll face Phillies lefty Cole Hamels. Hamels looking for a career-high 16 wins. He's 15-6 so far with a 3.05 ERA.
And Cole Hamels looking to get that elusive career high as he has those 15 wins. And here's our scouting report on him. He's pitched very, very well, as we talked about in the opening, against these Nationals. Good record in night games this year, and lifetime against the Nats 12-5, including a couple of real good starts this year.
Well, he'll face his old teammate Jason Worth, then Bryce Harper and Ryan Zimmerman to kick things off. The Nationals begin play tonight with a magic number of 5 to clinch the National League East. They'll take a peek at what's going on between the Marlins and the Braves, with Chris Medlin on the mound tonight for the Atlanta Braves. Jason Worth overall 306 with 5 home runs and 29 runs batted in.
These guys are in that situation. Phillies know it so well. They can taste it, but they can't quite get there. And when you are there where they are right now, that 5 seems like forever, and then all of a sudden it can melt real quickly.
Yeah, they've lost 6 of 10 as Davey Johnson watches Jason Worth take a strike. It's 0-1. Johnson, in his 16th year as a major league manager, he's won 1 world championship. That was with the New York Mets in 1986. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Hamels. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's to be baseball's highest paid leadoff man. He certainly didn't go there to be a leadoff man. He's supposed to be a middle of the order hitter for them. But Jason Worth always took a lot of pitches, had a high on base percentage. So this is probably a good spot for him in the lineup. He doesn't have to worry about driving in runs.
Oh, he's hitting .325 as the leadoff hitter this year, with a couple of home runs and 10 runs batted in. There were moments when Charlie Manuel let him off with the Phillies. He was all the way out of the back of the box. Up high, 3-1 the count to Worth.
He always was right at the top, or 1, 2, 3 of most pitches seen in the course of a season.
Swing and a miss and a change up, 3-2.
To a fault, Jason Worth would take too many pitches in RBI situations and then get himself out on balls out of the zone. You can take a lot more pitches when you lead off because you're not worried about knocking in runs.
In the most recent homestand, which included 4 games against the Brewers and a shellacking of the Brewers yesterday, he was 8 for 24 with 3 runs and 3 RBIs. And he sprays that foul off to the right. It remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Phillies swept these guys at the end of August when they started to get a little bit hot at home, and they got Worth out a lot in key spots with strikeouts.
Hamels begins tonight with 1,293 strikeouts. Ground ball over to third, a foul ball right past Bo Porter.
And this is the other thing that unfortunately he does a lot. 100 or more pitches in 25 of his 29 starts this year, and he leads the National League in average pitches per game, 107.5. So Cole Hamels does not go out there and have a low pitch game very often.
Well, this will be the 8th pitch of this at bat to start the top of the first.
And he's off to a tough start already on pitches that will be thrown here tonight.
Swing and a miss. He threw some heat right on by him. First strikeout of the night, 1 away here at the top of the first.
That's always a great place to go to for Worth when you want to strike him out, is to throw a high fastball, because he does chase up high, and he does right there. Well, it's time now for our Nissan keys to the game. I'm going to make this a singular tonight and just made up 1 key.
1 key.
Phillies versus the Nats, September baseball. Boy, are the roles reversed from what we're used to.
Well, they are. In fact, a year ago, the Nationals were trying to get to third place in the National League East. They were starting to play some better baseball under Davey Johnson. And now they're on the doorstep of winning the Nationals' first division crown since moving from Montreal.
Well, they're a few years removed from losing 90 games. Now they're winning 90 games.
Swing and a miss. They tie him up inside. It's 0-2.
Here's one of the reasons why they're winning a lot more games, because of this youth they've injected into their team with a guy like Bryce Harper.
Harper with 19 home runs, 52 runs batted in. And he takes outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. All-time home runs for teenagers. Bryce Harper is within 5 of matching Tony Conigliaro.
Or what a career he could have had if he hadn't gotten hit by that pitch, Tony Conigliaro. There's the old Expos hat. Tony Conigliaro was an unbelievable player with the Boston Red Sox. Got hit right in the face up near his eye. Was never the same after that.
2-2 pitch to Harper. Back toward the middle, and that's a base hit. So Harper's aboard with 1 out here in the top of the first. And that's his 4th hit overall against Hamels this year. You have to keep an eye on him over at first because he will steal. He has 16 stolen bases in 22 opportunities.
Well, these guys hit a lot of home runs, a lot of doubles, and they strike out a lot. Zimmerman, for example, 107. Harper, 114. Their leader is Espinosa with 177 of them.
Which is why he's not leading off, and he's batting 7th now. As Zimmerman takes strike 1, it's 0-1. Zimmerman missed some of this season because of an injury that's still bothering him, but he's playing through it. Think about if he was here the whole year. He has 93 runs batted in this year.
Yeah, he's a veteran now on this team. He's a stabilizing influence, along with LaRoche, with all these young players that they have.
Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And they had experimented, you said, Tom, with Espinosa. Also remember Desmond trying to lead off a lot.
And Lombardozzi.
It just, Desmond and Espinosa just strike out too much. And then you put them down in the middle of the order in some other spots, and they can hit homers and knock in runs.
Ground ball toward the hole. Diving stop Franzen. He gets 1, and that's all he'll get. Good play by Kevin Franzen.
Nice play, and Chase Utley knew he had a torpedo coming at him there, too. And that was going to be a very difficult double play ball because it was going to take a long time. And that was survival. Get out of there. As it starts, as Tom says, a nice play, but it takes a long time to get it to him. Now watch Harper coming after him. Comes across the bag. Harper has him lined up, and Utley gets out of the way. No sense in throwing it.
So 2 outs here in the top of the first.
It's playing the game the right way. That's a good hard slide.
And Adam LaRoche will be the batter. LaRoche is 7 for 22 lifetime against Hamels with 4 home runs. He has had himself a turnaround season with 32 home runs and 98 runs batted in.
Talking to some of their people before the game and said, he's your MVP, right? And they said, oh, absolutely. He has done everything for them. And defensively, he's as good as anybody.
Well, he's probably going to win the comeback player of the year in the National League. The only other guy that is close might be Ryan Ludwig of the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, either one. Good choices.
Inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
The award that no player ever aspires to win.
Now, he had a good year a couple seasons ago with the Arizona Diamondbacks, but last year was hurt. Up high, 3-0 to LaRoche. Mike Morse waits on deck.
I don't know whether they turn him loose here or not with a right-handed hitter on deck, but LaRoche loves a hit in this ballpark. There you go. 7 homers, 18 runs batted in.
Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Threw him a cutter with the count 3-1.
That little cut fastball, watch it just move away from him enough to fool him. Ryan Howard just doing a little courtesy over there, keeping Zimmerman close at first and then backing off him as quickly as possible, the left-handed pull hitter up. He'll be off in the pitch.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a curveball. Adam LaRoche is the second strikeout victim of the evening for Hamels. It took 22 pitches. He allowed a hit. He left one, and he picked up 2 strikeouts along the way. We go to the bottom of the first inning here at Citizens Bank Park. The Nationals nothing. Phillies coming up. First crack at the Washington Nationals and left-hander Ross Detweiler. Let's take a look at the Phillies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. John Mayberry Jr. bats second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Ryan Howard and Carlos Ruiz. Dominic Brown is the right fielder. He'll bat sixth. Darren Ruff makes his first major league start. He'll hit seventh. Kevin Franzen bats eighth, and batting ninth and pitching is Cole, of course. And he'll face left-hander Ross Detweiler, who up until this year was trying to figure some things out. Well, he certainly has figured things out this year. He's 10-6 with an ERA of 3.10.
It's a guy who's going to throw 80% fastballs in the course of a game. You see the overall numbers on him. He started out in the bullpen, very tough against left-handed hitters. His fastball, a sinker, he'll also throw a two-seamer. He'll move it around with a slider, sort of slider curveball, and a changeup. But when you get finished watching a game with this guy, you look down and you think, boy, it seems like he threw almost all fastballs. Last time out, 84% fastballs in his start.
So he'll face Rollins, Mayberry, and Utley. Rollins is 0 for his last 13. His average is back down to 250. Pretty good numbers against Detweiler. The first pitch low, 1 ball and no strikes. Rollins was 0 for 10 in the series against the Braves. The Phillies lost 2 of 3 to Atlanta. Fly ball, right field, pretty well hit. Worth is out there, and it's playable for the first down. Sounded like he got it toward the end of the bat. During the 2012 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream. Sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs.
Well, that's the thing with all these fastballs you're going to see from Detweiler. He moves it around really well. He sinks it. He'll cut it inside a little bit. He'll throw upstairs too. So it's not that he's just throwing one type of fastball the whole game.
Here's John Mayberry. Mayberry overall 255 with 14 home runs. And a fastball for strike 1.
Got that motion too. He slings a little bit. He hides the ball. Kind of starts outside saddle. A lot of arms and legs coming at a hitter.
Fly ball center field, playable for Harper. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Indians have really helped out the Tigers with a victory earlier today over the White Sox 4-3. So that means the White Sox lead in the Central is down to a half game. The Yankees lead the East by a 1.5 games. And in the West, Texas leads Oakland by 5. And now Detroit, well, they've countered 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Prince Fielder's been hot lately. He had a long home run last night. So the Tigers are up 2-0. If they win, well, they're tied for first place in the Central.
Pretty amazing when you look at that. Waller's numbers. The left-handed hitters hit 156 on him, and he's throwing them fastballs. You would just think in there there's got to be a lot of breaking balls mixed in, and there aren't.
Utley fouls it off his foot. You wonder when that has to change, or will it have to change?
Well, so far it hasn't. He doesn't have to change because he's so effective, Tom. And I think the reason is because he's got all these different fastballs. If they were all the same and the same speed, same location, yeah, but they're not.
0-2 the count to Utley. Utley off the hands, loop to left center. That's going to drop for a hit. So the first hit of the day for the Phillies comes with 2 outs here in the top of the first or bottom of the first inning. And it means Ryan Howard will get a chance to bat in the first. I'll be having conversations with everyone over there. Joe West, Adam LaRoche, Sam Perlazzo. Here's Howard, 36 career home runs against the Washington Nationals. They have the overshift on, but not the same thing you would expect with a runner at first. Espinosa, the second baseman, is in shallow right field. But there are 2 outs, so that gives him the freedom to float back there.
Right. If there's less than 2 outs, then they're going to have to be more in here with the infielders.
0-1 the count as Howard fouled that first pitch off. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Mike Minato of Norristown. Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game, and Mike will win $200.
All fastballs.
Swing and a miss. And the first strikeout of the night for Detweiler. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left for the Phillies. We've completed 1. We go to the second here in Philadelphia. Phillies.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team's gear straight from the source. Shop the Phillies.com shop. Michael Morse leads it off and hits the first pitch foul. It's 0-1. Morse on the year, a .288 hitter with 14 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Morse has been on the disabled list this year, and he's been battling little nagging injuries as the year's gone on. He's still a pretty good force to have in the middle of this lineup for the Nationals.
Big, long arms. You look like you can pitch to him. You used to be able to pitch to him a lot better than you can now. Well, he had holes and a slow bat and no longer.
That is a foul ball, although Ruiz was in fair territory. He was looking for some help from Joe West, and West concurred with the home plate umpire, Andy Fletcher.
He's trying to keep his body. Watch Chooch turn his body here to try and sell it. Right there. See, he'll turn his body into fair territory trying to sell it. But the ball's definitely in foul territory where he catches. A good call by the umpires and a nice try by Chooch.
Swing and a miss. Doesn't matter. Hamels picks up his third strikeout. There's one out here in the second. Ian Desmond is coming up. Well, we talked about it before. Darren Ruff is making his first major league start. And Murph, I would have to think he's feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, Charlie was asked why today, and he said, you know what, it's time. It's time to see what this kid can do. He's looking forward to watching him, take some swings tonight in a major league game. As for Darren, he said, you know, he's already played 140 some odd games already this year. He's already had his first major league at bat. He's already gotten his first RBI. So he's going to just kind of take this as one game at a time, getting out a chance to play in a major league game. As that one was tracked down by John Mayberry. Nice catch. But that, guys, will be the big question, whether or not he can defensively do the job out there in left field. Hasn't been tested yet, but he's been working hard. We know that. We've talked to him about that. So he's looking forward to it. He's looking forward to getting a couple chances, maybe getting that first one under his belt, and obviously getting his first major league hit, too.
Well, how about the fact that he's familiar with Ross Detweiler, the guy who's pitching tonight, because while Darren was at Creighton, Ross Detweiler was at Missouri State, and they faced each other. Ruff does not remember what he did against him. He did say that he remembers the scouting report was a mid-80s fastball, and he said that Detweiler came in throwing mid to low 90s fastball. He said that was kind of a wake-up call for him.
Yeah, sometimes the scouts just don't get that right, I guess. But, guys, it was interesting to hear Charlie talk about wanting to see Ruff, face some major league hitters, or major league pitchers, and said, he's a guy that can hit to all fields. He has power to all fields. He's got a nice short swing, and he's liked what he's seen in the batting cages. So now he's going to get his chance to turn him loose.
Yeah, Desmond takes low. It's 2-0.
And root for some nice high fly balls to left field for him out of the chute, Murph. Nothing tough.
Exactly. No line drives right at him.
Right. No, no tweeners.
Charlie talked about Ruff's swing and kind of likened it to Bob Horner's swing. Remember Bob Horner, who played for the Atlanta Braves?
Quick. Very quick.
3-0 the count to Ian Desmond.
Guy I don't think ever played it in the minor leagues.
Did not.
Right? Yeah.
Nope.
He had a 3-home run game against the Phillies one afternoon at the old launching pad.
Denny Espinosa's a .255 hitter. And he takes strike one. It's 3-1. It's the third 3-ball count of the evening for Hamels. He was fortunate, though. He was able to get the first two batters pretty quickly.
Ball's coming.
Second.
Yeah, ball's coming out of his hand really well tonight. Looks like he has good stuff. If he faces each team so many times in this division, that they have a game plan. You could see that with the Braves. You see it with the Mets. All these teams that he goes up against in this division, especially those teams, have a real idea of how they want to approach him during a game. And a lot of it looks like are foul balls and working the count and trying to get him out of the game as quickly as possible.
3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Danny Espinosa. Now time is called. Now on the flip side, Hamels knows their tendencies too.
But I think the type of pitcher he is and the stuff type, he's a strikeout pitcher. So for the most part, they're going to be able to do what they do against him unless he's just has unbelievable swing and a miss stuff at nights.
Ball's in the dirt. It's the first walk issued by Hamels.
Because they foul a lot of pitches off against him. Now those nights when they're swinging and missing at him a lot, has a chance to have a lower pitch game.
There's Kurt Suzuki, who has 4 career at-bats against Hamels. Suzuki overall 248 with 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in.
This has been a problem for them all year. They're catching because all the injuries they've had. This guy's really helped stabilize it.
Runner goes. Ruiz will have no chance as Espinosa swipes second.
That's part of what I was just talking about. The familiarity with a pitcher. And you see a lot of teams will do that on Hamels. They run first movement on it, especially in this division. Here you go, right here. First movement gone. And no chance for Carlos. Now Cole's gotten better at it, but still when you see a guy enough, then they really have to vary it.
Down low, 2-1 the count to Suzuki. Acquired by the Nationals from the Oakland A's. The A's were in the middle of a pennant race when they traded Suzuki to the Nationals. But then they went out and got George Gutierrez from the Brewers, and I guess they felt comfortable with everything else they had in their own system because he was their everyday catcher. Fouls it away to the right. It's 2-2. Davey Johnson and the Nationals, all they really wanted was a guy that could handle this young pitching staff.
Right. Catch and throw and handle it. And you don't want to get hurt here either with a base open and a guy on deck who's 2 for 43 this year. .37 pitches for Hamels already, 6 foul balls.
Runner goes to third. Pitch is hit back toward the middle, and it's a base hit for Suzuki. That was a curveball that hung up, and Espinosa scores easily from second, and the Nationals take a 1-0 lead. RBI for Suzuki is 21st of the year.
And nobody knows that more than Hamels and Ruiz right now. What a big mistake that is with a pitcher coming up who does not swing the bat very well.
Well, coming into tonight, the Phillies do own the better record against the Nationals. They're 7-5. So Suzuki's aboard. Detweiler's the batter, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1.
2 for 43 and 5 for 88 lifetime.
39 strikes.
Yep,
Strikeouts.
That's why the 8-hole hitter can't hurt you there. Even though you want to get the 8-hole hitter out and make this guy lead off, you expect a low-scoring game tonight with these two pitchers.
Ground ball to shortstop. Rollins is up with it. And the inning is over. But the Nationals strike first. They do so with a run on 1 hit, an RBI single by Suzuki. We go to the bottom of the second. Exclusively through the Phillies, a combination of sport and style. These pieces are ideal for wearing to the game or around town. Several t-shirt styles plus the ball girls dress are featured. Purchase now at the Majestic Clubhouse store or in the shop at Phillies.com. Oh, there's Majestic Clubhouse store. There's some of the Phillies ball girls. We're checking out the new merchandise. They're wearing some of the new clothes, as we saw there. Ball girls tonight are featuring 2 of the items that you could purchase. Some of those sporty shirts that we were just talking about. These ball girls have become very popular over the years since they were implemented, not only because of their work here at the ballpark. They get a chance to sign some autographs. They each have their own trading card, as you see there. But they also are out in the community at different appearances that the Phillies have, not only during the season, but also during the offseason.
You go through quite an exhaustive hiring process, too, in year about.
Yeah. In fact, the Phillies are accepting applications now for the 2013 season. Go to the bottom of the second. Carlos Ruiz will lead it off. Ruiz, a .328 hitter this year with 15 home runs and 62 runs batted in. 7 for 29 so far against the Nationals this year. One ball and no strikes the count.
Harper playing pretty deep center field, and they're playing him towards right center. See the outfield defense for Carlos Ruiz, pinching him up the middle with the middle infielders.
To the count to Carlos.
Guy just keeps pumping strikes. He really just says, he just challenges hitters, says, go ahead, hit me. He doesn't try to trick people.
Ruiz fights it off, and it lands in foul territory. Back toward the middle. Detweiler takes it on the glove side. Yeah, there's one out here in the second.
Well, the guy is a #1 pick and 6th overall. So at one time he was a heck of a prospect. Ball's hit pretty hard, but right back at it. Good reactions on one hop.
Dominic Brown coming to the plate. And Brown swings at the first pitch. Not a bad idea if you know he's going to throw fastball after fastball around the strike zone.
I watched him warm up, and he threw one breaking ball while he was warming up. Just, you know, might as well just flip one up there just for the heck of it. Well, they get 8 pitches to warm up.
I think it's 7. Yeah, I think it's 8.
And he threw one breaking ball.
2 quick outs here in the second. You see 18 pitches overall, 3 balls, 15 strikes. And here comes Darren Ruff. Darren Ruff is 0 for 2 in his big league career, 38 home runs down in the minor leagues. I mentioned he was at Creighton University, the Blue Jays, and they faced Missouri State, the home of Ross Detweiler. So even though Detweiler's probably a little different in his velocity, although according to Ruff he was throwing in the mid-90s in college, he is familiar with the whole windup and everything. Takes it inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Charlie Manuel said that Ruff will probably play tomorrow too, because John Lannon is scheduled to pitch tomorrow.
Another lefty.
3-0 the count. Kevin Franzen's on deck. Ruff played the entire year down at Double-A. And he hits that one in the air to left field. On the run is Morse, out to the warning track, to the wall. Gone! First major league hit is a home run for Darren Ruff. And he's just tied this ball game up at one apiece. Familiarity does pay some dividends.
That's pretty cool.
You'll always remember your first major league hit and your first silent treatment. But when it's a home run, that just adds to a special night.
That was in on him a little bit, too. He jammed him early in the count. He kept throwing fastball. They're still doing it down there. They still haven't reacted. Here he goes. Look at him pull his arms in. That's a tough pitch to hit, let alone hit it out of a ballpark.
He's just wandering around looking for something to drink.
That's a long one. They're really taking this a long time.
Look at Rollins is laughing in the background. And that gentleman is Darren Ruff's first major league hit and his first major league home run.
They're still doing it. Someone's got to break the ice. Let's go.
2-0 the count to Kevin Franzen.
I've never seen a freeze this long. I mean, this is the Antarctica.
This is outstanding. Look, they're still wandering around.
And they're really trying to ignore him. Just walk right by him like nothing happened. Some of the best ever. Good job.
Look, they're all wandering around. They're just they're going to smother him any moment now, you would think.
Right. I wonder who's going to give the sign.
It's got to be Rollins, right?
He's a leader.
Look at Carlos.
He shoots, trying not to look.
That ball's hit toward the alleyway in right center field. Well, they'll have a few more moments to freeze him out because Franzen's on his way to second. And he'll be there with a stand-up double. They're clapping Kevin Franzen. By the way, Mike Minato of Norristown, PA, won $200 compliments of Darren Ruff in the McDonald's home run jackpot.
It's an all-timer. It really is. How they did this. They're still.
Maybe tomorrow they'll say something to him.
Hey, did you get a homer last night? You had a lot of them before. What's a big deal?
Look at all of them just wandering around.
Yeah.
Look at Juan Pierre's laughing in the background. Cole Hamels takes in the dirt. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Well, inside he's celebrating.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him.
He hit some pitch, too. That was impressive. You know, they talk about how quick his hands are. They're quick to hit a ball like that out of the ballpark that's coming in on you.
1-0 the count to Cole Hamels. Hamels takes high. It's 2-0.
Put the clock on that freeze. That's amazing.
You've ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. No, they do it usually for a few seconds or something. This is a good one.
Coaches didn't even come over and say anything to him.
This is like being surrounded by 25 to 30 John Vukovic's right now. This is the all-time freeze.
Up high, ball 4. Hamels walks. Jimmy Rollins is going to come up. So whether Rollins was part of it or helped plant the seed, he's not going to be able to help celebrate once they do warm things up in there.
You know, Ruff knows what's going on. But he's not going to be the one to start looking around. Now watch his pitch he hits. Listen, look how quick. It's supposed to be a way it comes in. Look how quick his hands are. Boom. How he got to that and hits it out. That's really impressive.
That was a high shot, too.
Not only that it was a home run, but the way he pulled his hands back and did that. That's a jammer right there for most guys.
Jimmy Rollins is now the hitter with runners on first and second. And Rollins takes on the outside corner. Andy Fletcher may have helped Ross Detweiler out there with that call. And it's 0-1. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
How great is that for him to hit it at home like that, too? They have no problem getting the baseball. Present it to him later. What's going through his head right now?
Nobody's even talked to him and said, how's the weather out there? Inside 2-1. Or, hey man, you got a piece of gum I can borrow?
There's so much going through his head right now. Did mom and dad see it? What's everybody saying? I got a big home run hitter standing next to me. Hasn't said a word.
Look at Dominic Brown. Rollins pops it up. First base side. LaRoche is out there, and he makes the catch. As the catch was made, now they celebrate Darren Ruff's first major league home run. The excitement was brewing. Well, for about 15 minutes before they finally said congratulations. Now everyone comes over. This is why they're congratulating Darren Ruff. He's tied up the ball game, and he's also given himself something to remember. His first major league hit is a home run. Was recorded, then got swarmed by his teammates after he hit his first major league home run. It was his first major league hit. And there's no doubt there were butterflies flowing all throughout his system as he was rounding the bases. Legs were all wobbly and everything. And then when he came out to left field, this has always been something special here at Citizens Bank Park. Pat Burrell, Raul Ibanez, you name it. The fans who are out there always acknowledge when something good has happened. And they acknowledged Ruff as he came out to his position to begin the top of the third. So a 1-1 game. Jason Worth leads it off, and he hits a mile-high pop-up up the third base line. Franzen in foul territory makes the catch. One away. Bryce Harper's coming up in wheels. It's time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Here's your question. In '93, how many days were the Phillies not in first place? The answer will be revealed in the seventh.
It's a low number, but
you're playing along. You know what the answer is.
It was not wire to wire, but it was really close.
I always thought it was wire to wire.
No.
Bryce Harper's the hitter. He singled his first time up. Seemed like it was wire to wire.
It did. It really did, because they got off to such a great start. They had a little lull at one point during that season, right around the All-Star break. Cardinals were right on their heels.
0-2 the count to Harper. Harper has 13 hits so far this year against the Phillies.
They went through that unbelievable stretch of games too. Where, you know, the great Harry Cole and the Mitchie Poo hit the doubleheader that night. They went to almost 5 in the morning. They played another really long extra inning game when it must have been 100 degrees here. It was just a brutal homestand.
That's a foul ball down the first base line.
So they were tested that year, even though it didn't seem like it.
Well, I remember the goal was in spring training. You know, they came in as veteran laden a team as you'll see. The goal was not to look back, essentially. Get off to a good start and then just keep on rolling from there.
Yeah, there's nothing in spring training that made you think they were going to have that kind of year either, because the year before was not very good. And the year after turned out to be not very good. What a catch. Too bad the fans' plays are over for the year.
That was a marvelous grab.
Wow.
Now the 1-2 pitch to Harper again. Checked his swing and a pitch inside. No swing, says Rob Drake.
They were struggling right before the All-Star break against 3 teams, and the last team being the Padres. And the All-Star game was out in San Diego that year.
Swing and miss, and Hamels has his 4th strikeout of the night.
Boy, he did a great job, Thomas, staying in on Harper, in, and then getting him out away. You see the swing that he had here. This emergency swing, because he's looking in, and now all of a sudden the pitch is away. He recognizes a strike. He's just trying to foul it off. See his head the way it was, just trying to tip that thing and stay alive.
It's almost like his at bat the first time up. He had 2 strikes, and he was able to, just float one into center field.
Right. He got something a little more off speed, I think, the first time up. That time he threw a really good fastball away to him after in. Really had his eyes in a different area.
Ryan Zimmerman has the count 0-1, and he fouls it back. It's 0-2.
He's not getting that pitch now. That's some pitcher and catcher see right away with a power hitter. When they have a swing like that, they're right on it. So they either change velocity, location, something. Curveball.
Fly ball right field. Dominic Brown saw it cleanly off the bat. And it's a 1-2-3 3rd inning for Hamels. He's retired the last 4 batters. Now as we go to the bottom of the 3rd, it's a 1-1 ball game between the Phillies and the Nationals. Dealer right now for great deals. Only a Honda is a Honda. Buy the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play The Price is Right, the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. And buy Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. 1-1 game, bottom of the 3rd here at Citizens Bank Park. 3 games left, counting this one here at the ballpark in the regular season. Phillies are 5.5 games behind the Cardinals for the final playoff spot in the National League.
Well, you hope they play these games like playoff games and make it a little tougher on Washington. And this one's starting out that way. Really good game.
First pitch to Mayberry is taken inside. up high, 2-0. Mayberry fly to center his first time up. By the way, that home run Detweiler allowed was just the 13th he's allowed in 159 innings this year.
And you see the way he throws all these fastballs we were talking about, but they're in and out. In, out, up, down. And he really does change his location. His velocity's 92 to 96. So some are sinkers, some are four-seamers.
Ball 4, and Mayberry walks on 4 pitches.
I think he just mix in a breaking ball once in a while.
Thursday night, Donovan McNabb will be live in the studio to give his take on the Eagles' loss to Cobb and the Cardinals, and the Eagles' upcoming matchup with the Giants. Watch the best talk of Philly sports on Daily News Live, Thursday at 5 only on Comcast Sportsnet. Donovan McNabb will be on Comcast Sportsnet every week during the football season. It was announced this past weekend.
Wait. Not much doubt his future is going to be in television someday. Plus, he had some communications classes, didn't he, or major in communications in Syracuse?
I think he did.
Did he go to the Moorhead School?
The Newhouse School?
Newhouse.
I don't think so, no. But I do believe that his sights were set on something like this once his career was over.
Yeah, he'll be good at it.
The Fanatic roaming around the crowd on Latino family celebration night here at the ballpark. Want to know the count to Chase Utley. Utley singled his only time up.
Detweiler is a big, tall guy, so he's trying to use a slide step. Not that Mayberry necessarily is going to run, but when you see a left-hander this tall, you think you may be able to run on him. Only 5 attempts on him all year. See, that's a really good slide step he has. And that will make his times pretty quick to the plate, which they are. See, here's the slide step. Watch, he'll just go right out to here and then let it go, as opposed to picking his leg up. If this guy were to pick his leg up at that height, you could really run on him.
In the dirt, 3-1 the count.
I think every pitch is a slide step out of the stretch, too. Doesn't vary it.
Takes ball 4, so third walk issued by Detweiler. Since that home run, he's kind of out of whack. Second walk in a row. Steve McCatty, the pitching coach, walking out to the mound to talk to the left-hander. Davey Johnson has aligned things in this series to throw 3 straight left-handers at the Phillies. And that includes Detweiler tonight, Lannon tomorrow, Gia Gonzalez in the final game of this series. There's Davey's numbers as a manager when his teams are in the postseason. Made it in 86 and 88 with the Mets, 2 years with the Reds, 2 years with the Orioles, and now with the Nationals.
And the irony of that is, you see 1994, that strike year, the 2 runaway teams in the National League were the Montreal Expos and the Cincinnati Reds at that point. And that's where it ended, right there, unfortunately. No postseason.
Would have been a heck of a postseason, too, between those two.
But they were showing signs of having amazing seasons. They were so good, both those teams. John Wetland was closing for the Expos at that time, and he was almost unhittable.
Ryan Howard's the batter. He struck out his first time up. Howard is 2 for 13 on this homestand with a couple of home runs. Fights that one off. It's 0-1.
Want to make a good out here, even if he doesn't knock a run in. And by a good out means something to the right side that's not a double play ball that advances John Mayberry to third base. Not going to be a deep fly ball to the outfield.
That one sharply past Danny Espinosa into right center field. Mayberry's around third. He's coming home, and the Phillies will take the lead. An RBI single by Ryan Howard. RBI number 56 on the year. It's a 2-1 ball game.
Good job by Ryan. I think that was the 6th pitch he's seen, and they're all fastballs. And you might as well just look for one there, because you're not going to. Doesn't seem like he's going to throw you anything off speed. And he gets a fastball a little bit middle in, and he smokes this ball. Well, actually, it was away a little. And that's hit so hard that Espinosa can't get to it. Or that probably was Desmond. Boy, that ball was hammered.
Here's Carlos Ruiz. And he takes way outside. Wheels, that was Espinosa.
It was Espinosa, yeah. And it wasn't hit that far from him either, but it was just hit so hard. And that's the difference from the first time up that we showed with 2 outs as opposed to nobody out. They have to be in more. So it's going to get on them a little quicker.
Carlos grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. 2-0. Ross Detweiler is a different pitcher than he was in the first against the first 6 batters tonight.
That was an off-speed pitch.
In the air to left field. Boy, he crushed that one. Morse going back. It is gone. 3-run home run, Carlos Ruiz. And the Phillies have busted it open here in the 3rd. It's a 5-1 ball game.
Boy, they've done a good job the second time around with Detweiler, with all these fastballs one after another. They're looking in spots. The pitches that aren't strikes are taking them, and the ones that are strikes, they are getting some swings this time around. That's a fastball right down the middle, and Carlos Ruiz hits a BB out to left center. Great at bat.
Home run number 16 for Ruiz. 65 runs batted in. Now the Nationals have bullpen work going on behind Ross Detweiler.
Well, these walks are emblematic of the fact that they saw him one time and they have a little better idea of the approach.
Breaking ball, back-to-back breaking pitches. It's 1 ball or 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he's finally started to throw some breaking balls after all these fastballs.
Ball's hit hard, 1 hop, hit softly on 1 hop. It was an optical illusion. From back behind home plate, 3 unassisted, and 1 away. And here comes Darren Ruff.
Yeah, they kidded around with calling him Babe Ruff in Reading this year. I think the Phillies hit home runs in their first hits. Marlon Anderson did. Chase Utley, right?
Didn't John Russell do it too?
I don't know. Sure, they'll have a list of that coming up later. Utley's was a grand slam. Marlon may have had a home run in his first at bat. Chase's wasn't, but it was his first hit.
Ruff takes outside, in the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Here it is, a very impressive. Look at him pull his hands in, and so quick on that, and hits it out. And then he got the super freeze when he came back. all of a sudden, Mr. Detweiler decided I better start throwing some hooks. Because these guys are just doing a real good job with me with my fastball mix.
Ruff with that home run. It's his second RBI. He had the RBI on the sacrifice fly. The series against the Braves, the pinch hitter. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss. And there are 2 outs. Second strikeout for Detweiler.
They got him with a breaking ball there. Breaking ball looks like a curveball.
Kevin Franzen doubled right after Ruff's home run. He's 1 for 1. Fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wheels the last Philly to pick up a home run in his first major league hit was John Mayberry. Prior to that, it was Chase Utley, Marlon Anderson, Bobby Escalea, Ron Jones, Ricky Jordan.
It's all those. That's right. John Mayberry hit that one in New York. What, Yankee Stadium?
Yankee Stadium, right? Jeff Bittinger, Larry Christensen.
Oh, how could we forget that one?
Franzen lifts it in the air, foul territory. LaRoche is over and makes the backhanded stab. And the side is retired. Well, Carlos Ruiz, an unbelievable stroke on a fastball, and as we mentioned, the Phillies have busted it open here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Number 51, número 51, receptor, the catcher, La Chucha, Carlos Joaquin Ruiz.
In the air to left field. Boy, he crushed that one. Morse going back. It is gone. At home.com to find branded products you want at low prices you'll love. Who but WB Mason at home. On to the 4th. The Phillies up 5-1. Adam LaRoche will lead it off. LaRoche takes a strike. It's 0-1. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth. The kid had a pretty sweet swing in his first major league hit, huh?
Yeah, he sure did. Got himself a high fastball. Every kid and every player, when they have that first at bat going to the major league, especially after the year that he had in Double-A, you're thinking that you want to take the ball deep. dream come true.
Well, he became the 20th Philly to pick up a home run in his first major league hit. Now Cole Hamels has a 4-run lead to work with. The count is no balls and 2 strikes down on LaRoche. And here's the pitch. Just missed down low, 1-2.
Hey, not only do you have to have the ability to do that, you got to be able to have the pitch. Fortunately, though, for him, getting all fastballs actually help. He's a fastball hitter.
Fly ball down the left field line, and that'll be out of play. Whoop. You got it. Got him. Strikeout number 5 for Hamels. Okay, with 1 out, here comes Michael Morse. Well, you talked about the fastball, Sarge, how Ross Detweiler, that was basically all he was throwing, and the Phillies were finally able to capitalize on that. I was surprised the last time he faced the Phillies that he got away with all fastballs,
yeah,
and even early on today, but it's a little different team than he's facing.
Yeah, no pitcher should be able to go out there with just all fastballs unless you're a Nolan Ryan to be able to get the ball by guys, especially lefties throwing that ball about 94 or so. Give them credit, though.
That ball's toward the hole, and Morse is aboard with a 1-out single.
Now, you got to give him credit, though, for being able to square those the balls up. And, you know, he's coming right at you, Ross is, with those fastballs. And if you can put a good swing on them like they have, you'll generate some backspeed and some good power on the ball.
Well, we mentioned at the outset that the Nationals' magic number to clinch the division is 5. Phillies do not want to see them celebrate here in Philadelphia.
No, not here. You want to take that party maybe a little further. Maybe look back on to Washington. They've had a good year, though, but you don't want to see them jumping around on your field.
Here's Ian Desmond. Desmond takes inside and low. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Now, on the other hand, that's exactly what the Phillies want to do. Make them get out of town. As you take a look at this home run there. Boy, he just cleared those hips. When you want to hit a fastball for you youngsters out there, as he takes a good look at it, you got to clear your hips on an inside pitch there. And he got the barrel of the bat right to the ball. And I bet if you ask him, he knew that ball was probably gone when he hit it. He's hit enough of it.
Carlos Ruiz going out to the mound now to talk to Cole Hamels. With a count 1 ball and 1 strike to Ian Desmond.
Well, you look at all the fastballs that Ross throws, that's, you know, actually a challenge for any hitter. I think Bob Horner, heard you guys talking about him earlier. His stance really was a little more closed, more up and down for Bob Horner. Not as tall either.
Well, here's the swing. This is, I mean, he's up and down, but I agree with you. He's open more so than Horner was.
Well, he's open, and actually he's just going to, but it's so slow with the feet is the key. You want to have slow feet. You're going to have quick hands. As you take a look at some of the players there on the Washington, taking a look at this first career home run for Darren Ruff. It's quite an accomplishment.
Ian Desmond will give Ruff his first opportunity out in left field to catch a fly ball. There are 2 outs.
Okay, now he's passed 2 tests. He's got a fly ball. He's hit his home run.
All right, now he needs 1 into the gap that he has to run down.
That's right. Got to have 1 in the gap, and got to have 1 where you're coming in to see about trying to throw out a runner. But getting that first hit, I mean, it just clears your mind. And I got to tell you, you're going to feel like, hey, I know I can hit up here. I belong. And finally, him getting his opportunity to be able to play and to deliver like this, boy, might make some people look bad. More hits he gets.
Danny Espinosa, who walked and scored his first time up. Runner at first. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Sure was a long silent treatment they gave him, huh?
You've never seen anything like that before, have you?
No.
That's brand new.
I might have had to start clapping for myself
right there.
for sure on that.
You
Really?
clapped for yourself.
Oh, yeah. I went up and down the dugout, start clapping for myself. Or
pat yourself on the back.
That's right. Way to go. Way to go.
He tried everybody, including Bill, one of the security guards that's down there in the dugout. He was smiling in the corner. The EMTs were down there. He was even looking for Murph to see if Murph would slap him 5.
I got to tell you, that was a good one, though. Oh.
2-0 the count to Espinosa. On the inside corner, it's 2-1. All right, so.
No, there's just no way that when you see it going out, it's. Oh, there it is right there. So that's the 3rd out.
Yeah.
And so now they're actually congratulating him. He's probably wondering, did I really hit a home run or not? After it took so long. Oh, boy.
A little low, and it's 3-1 to Espinosa. Earlier this year, I thought one of the funnier things was when Pujols hit his first home run for the Angels. It took a long time. It was first week in May that he hit his first home run. They left the dugout.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy.
Morris leads off first. 3-1 to Espinosa. Out in front. That was a perfectly placed changeup. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Braves have evened things up with the Marlins. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, ideally, fighting Phils would like to sweep them here and send them on their way.
Runner goes, pitches, foul tips, and another strikeout for Hamels, his 6th of the night. Hamels now with 1,299 strikeouts. Darren Ruff with 1 major league home run. We'll be back. Quality Plus Ford store today. Go further. 3 vehicles that get 40 miles per gallon. By McDonald's. McDonald's celebrates National Coffee Week with a free small coffee now through September 29th. Then by Nissan. Save big at Nissan's bottom line sales event. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Cole Hamels leads it off here in the bottom of the 4th. Won the count. Hamels walked his first time up. Tied up a little bit with that pitch. It's 1-2. Phillies have hit 2 home runs tonight. One by Darren Ruff, the other one by Carlos Ruiz. Chopper back to second. Danny Espinosa is up with it. On away back to the top of the order. And on Goya Latino Family Celebration Night, the 11th annual one here in Philadelphia, whether it be at Veterans Stadium or here at Citizens Bank Park, We'll check in with Murph, who's with a special guest. Murph?
All right, thank you very much, C-Mac. We are celebrating up here in Section 304 with the Frankfort High School baseball team for the Public League champions. Juan Namden, you're the head coach, and you got a special group of guys here. Explain why not only winning a Public League championship was so great, but with this group of guys as well, because it was kind of historic in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we were told after it all ended up that we happen to have the first full rostered Latino team, from head coach all the way down to the last guy on the roster. That's what we were told by a reporter, and after some research was done, I guess it's true, and it's a really, really monumental thing and something we're very proud of.
And just winning a city public championship in the city of Philadelphia, where the baseball is great and there's a long tradition, that's a pretty special thing, and I know that you're really proud of these guys, and they're excited about tonight. Yeah,
I mean, there's so many good baseball players within the city of Philadelphia. You know, there's about 45 high schools that are competing every year for a championship, and you know, to come out on top with a great group of kids that some are in college now, it's a real accomplishment to the school and to the program.
As we celebrate the Latino heritage tonight, and it's such an important part of the culture as well. You look down on the field and you see some guys that have maybe traveled some similar paths as these guys.
Yeah, without a doubt. When you have guys like Carlos Ruiz, baseball is in the thread of the Latin community. So it's an amazing thing that the Phillies celebrate it every year, and we're very proud of everybody we have, especially at the Major League level. I think it's an amazing thing.
Well, you're the head coach, you're also a teacher at Frankfort High School, and you're also involved in a program that Major League Baseball is involved in, the RBI program here in Philadelphia. Tell us a little bit about that and what your involvement is.
I've helped out for a few years now. I help run some clinics here at the ballpark and at local Boys and Girls Club. And we really get the coaches of the RBI programs involved, and we kind of teach them some upper-level skills so we can filter that down to the kids in the inner city, because the Phillies, along with a lot of Major League teams, have done so much to revive baseball in the inner city, and that's really important that we have to do that now.
Well, Juan, celebrate tonight with your team. Congratulations, guys, on your Public League championship. Team Act, a good group of kids here. Let's send it back to you.
All right, Murph, we finish up the bottom of the fourth. We go on to the fifth with the Phillies up 4. For the books here in Philadelphia, the Phil's on top 5-1 as we go to the top of the fifth. It'll be Kurt Suzuki, Ross Detweiler, and then the top of the order for the Nationals. First pitch to Suzuki is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Suzuki singled home the only run for Washington. That was back in the second. Ground ball foul, 0-2.
Well, they've gone through a lot of catchers this year just due to injuries, and still been able to handle the pitching staff, which has been pretty good this year.
Yeah, they started out with Wilson Ramos as their everyday catcher. He's a good one. 0-2 pitch. And another base hit for Suzuki. So he's 2 for 2. Tonight on Sports Night, Ike Reese examines the Birds' loss to the Cardinals this past Sunday. Plus, D. Lynham goes back to the local high school that made Malik Waynes an NBA player and a member of the Sixers. Get all the news Philly fans need to know on Sports Night. Tonight after postgame live, only on Comcast Sports Night. Detweiler probably up there to sacrifice. He squares, and he bunts it foul toward Charlie Manuel. And it's 0-1.
Don't want the Nationals to start to chip away. Make sure you keep them right in their place. It's a time, too. You can take chances. If that ball is bunted and running back to you fairly hard, you can take a chance and get the runner going to second base.
Oh, Ruiz out quickly, thought about that, and now throws to first. What you said, Sarge, was exactly what Carlos was thinking.
Yeah, he got on that ball quick. Ball started to roll, though, a little bit further. You like those players, though. They aren't afraid to throw to the different bases. Take a look as the ball bunted. He's got to wait until it bunts. Then he gets out there. You see how it keeps rolling? You end up getting it there on the grass. If he had got it on the dirt, I'm sure he would have thrown that ball to second base.
Jason Worth is 0 for 2. He's struck out. He's also popped out. Swung at the first pitch his last time up.
Davey Johnson looking for a leadoff hitter and decided to use Jason Worth simply because he takes so many pitches. Got that average up over 300. Should have better power numbers and RBIs, but he ended up getting hurt this year being on the DL.
Outside corner, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Big part of why Nationals are winning this division this year. Don't always have to have the best stats.
Well, Jason, statistically, he's had a good year if you consider 300 average a good season and a good on-base percentage. Because of the wrist, he just hasn't hit for the power that they expected.
Exactly. A good year for him would be 20-25 home runs and 80-plus ribbies. Being able to hit in the clutch, but let's face it, the on-base percentage is .395. They're almost .400 coming into the game, so he does get on base, and that's why he's so valuable when he's up at the front of the lineup. Plus, he can run. He can steal your base and score on a double if the ball is hit in the gap.
1-2 the count to Worth. That one just missed off the outer edge. It's 2-2.
He's had his share of injuries throughout his career. Finally put together some years here with the Fighting Phils.
Another meeting at the mound with Carlos Ruiz and Cole Hamels.
When you look at their lineup, it's really pretty balanced. Right, left, right, left. Got some power throughout the lineup. Guys that will drive in runs, hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Ground ball left side. That'll keep Suzuki at second. Rollins throws out Worth. Two outs now for Bryce Harper. Reminder, the Nationals will be here for the final 2 regular season games. Tomorrow at 7:05, and then Thursday is Fan Appreciation Night. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com, or you can stop by the box office. Tomorrow, Roy Halladay is going to throw a bullpen here at the ballpark, and the Phillies then will decide when he will start. Again, it looks like, according to Rich Doobie, that all signs are pointing toward Saturday in Florida as his final start of 2012.
Well, knowing Roy, he's going to probably do everything he possibly can to make that start.
Ball's in the dirt. Ruiz keeps it around the circle. It's 1-0.
So the bullpen, if he throws it where it's a good bullpen, if it's a bad bullpen, will they probably not throw him then?
You know, they weren't going there. They said they will reassess it after the bullpen. If he can keep his arm loose, if the spasms that he had in the back of his throwing arm and his back subsided enough, he would like to finish the year. I think it's important to him to finish off the season. Charlie Manuel was asked today, well, why not just shut him down? And he said, because he wants to pitch.
Yeah, see, a lot of people wouldn't understand that. This guy's a warrior. You don't want to take away from that. I mean, he really knows that if he's not hurt severely, he can go out there and give them the effort that they need. Going to have to be a little better, however, than it was this last time out.
Here's the 1-1 to Harper with 2 outs. Takes up and in, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Boy, this kid you don't scare very easily. Takes pitches and plays the way you want young players to play. Well, the other thing that helps him when he knows he's going to be in that lineup every day, you can relax. So doesn't matter that much. You're going 0 for 4 or 0 for 3. You know you're going to be back in there the next day. Every player does not have that luxury.
Back toward the middle. Rollins dives and can't get to it. Suzuki's on his way home. Mayberry up with it, and it goes right off the glove of Howard, which enables Harper to get to second. It's an RBI single, and it's a 5-2 ball game.
Not a good play.
53rd RBI of the year for Harper.
That's good hitting there by Harper as that ball goes up the middle. Mayberry throwing that ball home. I'm knowing now that Howard trying to cut that ball off. Here's a throw there. You can see Suzuki going to be, I thought, safe. Howard trying to cut that ball to throw to second, but I don't think they would have had Harper. He was coming there to second base as soon as he saw that throw that was up in the air. That's the key for the base runner when it's up a little high.
Ryan Zimmerman is 0 for 2 as the batter. Takes a pitch high. It's 1-0. Now, if you're Mayberry, if you're seeing that Suzuki's already around third, would you be better suited going to second on that?
Well, you can all you need to do is get the ball down.
Okay.
If he gets that ball down, that's where that runner, he's going to get frozen because he doesn't know whether or not the fielder's going to cut that ball or not.
Ball's whacked foul. It's 1-1.
That's why they always tell the outfielders, get the ball down. That ball up and maybe a little bit off target. Ryan Howard, first baseman, couldn't even cut the ball, but even if he had to cut it, he wouldn't have got it. That's just good, aggressive base running. Bryce Harper.
A changeup, and it's 1-2.
Good pitch. He's had a good changeup tonight. You know that when that ball is he's keeping it down and it goes away from the right-handed hitter.
One and two the count to Zimmerman, and the pitch to him. Fouled away.
See the adjustment right away with Zimmerman. He was actually trying to hit that ball to right field, knowing that Cole Hamel throws that changeup, and that's the way the ball goes. And he's had a solid year for a third baseman. 24 home runs, almost 100 RBIs at 93.
Tried that changeup again. This time he let it go. It's 2-2. Hamel's one strikeout away from 1,300 for his career. And it won't be his last.
Still don't want to give in to him. Got to be able to hit your pitch. Know exactly what they're talking about, but that was a good pitch that he actually threw there to Zimmerman. He tied him up and in.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat between Cole Hamels and Ryan Zimmerman. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball toward the hole. That'll sneak into the left field, a base hit. Ruff is up with it. Here's the throw. It'll be cut off on one hop by Franzen. An RBI single for Zimmerman. And it's now a 5-3 ball game. So the Nationals have gotten 2 back here in the 5th.
Well, that's what we were just talking about. Don't want to get them into starting to chip away or stay close to this club. It's the reason why they have as many victories as they do. Clutch hitting there by Zimmerman. That ball right in the hole. Not over swinging. Ruff coming in. That's one of the things he'll have to work on. He'll be going to, I guess, instructional league or fall league to be able to work on the throws and catches in the outfield, hopefully.
Well, he's going to actually play winter ball this year.
Oh, that's even better.
Rich Doobie out to the mound to talk to Hamels.
You can see him coming in. That throw's going to have to be up a little more fluid, and that's just getting the arm up. Yeah, he's played the infield for so long that sometimes you go into those bad habits. But I like that guy that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. That's right.
Allows him to overcome a lot of other things.
Oh, yeah. As long as you're driving in more than you're letting in. One of the keys.
Well, Josh Lindblom is throwing in the bullpen behind Hamels. He's at 93 pitches. He has 2 outs here at the top of the 5th. Keeping an eye on Zimmerman, who has stolen 5 bags. There's Lindblom.
Sometimes Cole on the mound, when things don't go right, has a tendency to really get upset with himself. It's when you want to try to harness all those feelings, concentrate on exactly where you want to make your pitch.
Line drive, base hit to center field. Mayberry gets to it quickly. And that's the 4th hit of the inning allowed by Hamels. And here comes Mike Morse. Morse is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up, struck out his first time up.
Well, usually as a right-handed hitter like Morris and BP, you try and hit everything to right field. He's just the opposite. He tries to pull everything in batting practice. You would think that that would give you bad habits, but he says it works for him.
Fouls it away into the Hall of Fame club, and it's 1-1.
Oh, needs to get the ball down, starting to get the ball up in the zone. Hitters are getting a better look at it.
Well, he's thrown 208 innings so far this year. 1-1 the count, trying to get through the fifth, and now time is called, and Ruiz and Hamels, they've had a number of conversations tonight.
Well, I don't know if Cole maybe thinks he's given location out at second base. I know they're not changing the sign, because if they were, the shortstop, Jimmy Rollins, would be in with the conversation. They have to know what the pitcher's going to be throwing. Get better jumps on off-speed pitches is the reason.
Fouled it away, so he's ahead 1-2. Let's see if Hamels can get Morse to fish after a changeup down and away. Or maybe a cutter in. 1-2 to count. 2 on, 2 outs. 2 runs are in for the Nationals here at the top of the fifth. You're privy to more of these conversations than I am. I don't think I've ever seen the two of these guys talk this much.
Well, again, you know, it could be talking about the location. And a lot of times, especially if he's fouling off tough pitches, they might change that some, if not sequence of the pitches.
Ground ball toward third. This should do it for the inning. Franzen leads up into the bag, and the side is retired. A 29-pitch fifth inning for Hamels. He allowed 2. We've played 4.5. The Nationals have pulled to within 2. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth right after this. Season on Fox and TBS. The excitement begins on October 5th with the wild card on TBS. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies come into tonight's ball game 5.5 games behind St. Louis for the final wild card spot. Cardinals are shutting out the Astros 2-0. That game's in the second. Utley takes outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Detweiler struggled in the third, and now as we go to the fifth, his team has pulled him back within 2. They'll face Utley, Howard, and Ruiz.
Yep, like to try and get back 1, if not 2 of those runs. Again, not a ball club that you want to stay close to.
Utley's still locked on 199 career home runs. He's 4 for 10 lifetime against this big lefty. Takes a curveball and a call, strike 3. I think Chase knew it. Detweiler's throwing more breaking pitches these last couple of innings.
That decent fastball, or above average fastball, and curveball, and he gets it over. It's just that much better. But when he got hurt, he was usually getting hurt on the fastball. So he has made an adjustment up to the fighting fields to do the same thing.
Ryan Howard is 1 for 2. He singled and scored his last time up, drove in a run 2. He struck out of the first. RBI number 56 for Howard. And he takes outside 1-0.
Well, it almost seems as if every time he gets a hit, he drives in a run. I mean,
does seem that way. Ground ball right side, and Desmond is there, the shortstop. 2 outs. Carlos Ruiz is coming up, and Ruiz added some excitement to this crowd earlier.
Yep, good to see that. As he drives a fastball right out of the ballpark. 3-run home run. His friends congratulate him as he's getting in. That's been a long time.
Well, for that home run and each one hit by a Phillies player this season, 1 tree will be planted by the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society as part of Home Runs for Trees, a partnership between the Phillies, PHS, and Aramark. Home Runs for Trees is part of Plant 1 Million, a project to restore the region's tree coverage. Visit Phillies.com/redgoesgreen for more information. He's ready. Carlos takes low, 1-0. Carlos 1 for 2 today.
Yeah, he's consistently right at 90 to 93 with his fastball.
Carlos goes the other way and is just foul. And the count 1-2.
See if he does what he's been doing, and that is to come back and try and get him out with the breaking ball.
All right, get back with the fastball. Decided to challenge him. Suzuki really sold out for that ball.
Yeah. Tell Cole that he's in a little pain as this breaking ball comes up and kind of goes all the way up his body. All near, must have hit him somewhere near his hand area and along with the shoulder. Catchers take a beating, especially if you're catching all year long.
Carlos way inside. It's 3-2. Ruiz is zeroing in on that final career high number, the number of hits in a season. Grounder foul. He needs 3 to match his career high in hits. Thanks to that home run earlier tonight. Or I should say 2.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch to him. Fly ball, shallow left center field. And Bryce Harper is over. And the side is retired in order. Phillies go down 1-2-3. That's 9 in a row retired by Detweiler since the home run by Ruiz. Danger of the week is showing his power once again. After missing the first 84 games of the season, Ryan Howard moved back into the cleanup spot, looking to regain his damaging swing. That swing returned this week in New York in a big way, winning 1 game and putting a grand cap on another. The fine-tuning is not completely done, but adding his 300th career home run is a big step for the big piece in the right direction. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross, changing the game. Well, the Fuego and Caliente dance group, I guess, is being entertained by the Fanatic. They're also entertaining this crowd tonight. I watched them warm up tonight. They were doing, their hips were moving every which way.
Yeah, they had some pretty good moves, I would have to say.
This is Goya Latino Family Celebration Night. It's the 11th annual celebration. The Fanatic was all dizzy by the time he was done. Josh Lindblom will take over here at the top of the 6th inning for Cole Hamels, who went through 5 innings, allowed 3 runs and 7 hits. He struck out 6. He ran a lot of deep counts tonight.
Yep.
But he leaves on the winning side of this ball game, and he'll give away to the bullpen. A bullpen which needs to get 12 outs. Lindblom will face Ian Desmond, Danny Espinosa, and Kurt Suzuki. We'll probably have seen the end of Ross Detweiler, too, although it might depend on if they get to the pitcher's spot. First pitch to Desmond is a strike. It's 0-1. Desmond has become just the 2nd Nationals player and the first one since Alfonso Soriano to reach 20 home runs and 20 steals in the season. He was retired by Franzen, 1 away. Here's Detweiler. We will see if his evening is complete or not. Cole Hamels retired the Nationals in order once. Every time a Phillies pitcher does that to the opposition, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports, giving you all your favorite sports all year long. Danny Espinosa is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Sarge, we're down to the final 9 days of the regular season. What are your thoughts about the American League Central? White Sox or Tigers?
Oh boy, you know, you look at that division and you see that Detroit, they have a much easier go. 3 games there in Kansas City, 3 in Minnesota, compared to the White Sox and the schedule that they have. I just went over that with my son. He's with the White Sox. It isn't over until it's over, but I think Detroit, even though they're a game back right now, still have the upper hand. Plus, White Sox can't score any runs right now. Tell you, that's been every team has just about gone through that same thing, going through spells where, you know, guys just haven't hit the ball the way that they should.
1-1 pitch. Ground ball foul. It's 1-2. All right, how about the East? Can the Orioles catch the Yankees? They're a game and a half out right now.
Yankees always find a way. I mean, you just can't you can't count them out at all. I know Baltimore's had an extremely good year. Buck Showalter manager. Good chance to get manager of the year in the American League. But some kind of way the Yankees seem to pull it out.
Way inside, 2-2. Seems like Oakland will be one of the wild card representatives. And looks like Baltimore could be the other one. Tampa's there. The Angels are there.
Yeah, that's the one thing. When you're going for that wild card, you're hoping you win that division. Let that other team worry about the wild card. Good pitch.
Called strike 3. A fastball right down the chute. 7 strikeout for Phillies pitching. 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Take a look at this pitch there, right by the knees there. Oh boy. These guys don't like that pitch there, low pitch. Left-handed hitter, usually it's a better pitch for them to hit.
Well, now Suzuki, who's been swinging tonight like Ichiro Suzuki. He's 2 for 2. Strike, and it's 0-1.
Speaking of Ichiro, and along with Raul Ibanez, they've literally been carrying the Yankees over the last week and a half. I mean, hits after hits after hit.
Ichiro was just named the American League Player of the Week. Turned out to be a heck of a pickup.
Well, you know, those kind of veteran players, sometimes you get them in a situation where that adrenaline starts to flow again. Obviously, in New York City, playing with the Yankees will do just that in that kind of an atmosphere. Because you know they're getting a full house just about every night. It has a tendency to make you play a little better.
2-2 the count to Suzuki here in the 6th. Not a bad spot, just a little low. Stammen's been throwing a couple times tonight. He's back up again. So Detweiler looks like he might be done. Popped him up. Foul territory for the moment. And Howard will call off Ruiz. It's a 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen for Josh Lindblom. We've played 5.5. Both teams look like they're into their bullpen. HD triple play provider of your Phillies. By AT&T, rethink possible. And by WB Mason, you can't go wrong when you buy right. And by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. Well, folks out at Ashburn Alley enjoying the night. Turned out to be a pleasant evening here at the ballpark. Craig Stammen will take over as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Stammen in for Detweiler, allowed 5 runs and 5 hits over 5 innings. 56 ball game for Stammen. He's 6-1 with a 2.35 ERA.
Well, we got one pitcher so far in the National League here with 20 victories. Gio Gonzalez. We'll see him on Thursday.
We will.
Cueto going for his 19th tonight in Cincinnati. He's up right now 4-1.
And R.A. Dickey should go Thursday or Friday?
One of those days.
Yeah.
And
oh, that ball's hit well. Deep to right field. Worth going back. It is gone! Deep into the seats. Dominic Brown reached Craig Stammen with a leadoff home run here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Wow. Boy, you haven't seen that in a while there where he just drives that with some authority. That's what you're kind of looking from Mr. Brown there. See everybody clapping, getting ready to give him some high fives. That's what you call right there. That's dropping the head on the ball that jumps out of here. Take a look at it. Bam! And he knows it's gone as soon as he hits it. He'll take it and walk with it a little bit as he gets ready to throw it down.
Pretty sweet swing. Here's Ruff, and Ruff chops it foul. It's 0-1. This is a great swing right here.
I am just telling you. And you see how he, I mean, really just spinning and clearing those hips on the inside. It's an inside pitch, and I mean, he got around on it and got around on it quickly.
Darren Ruff shoots that one to right center field. That'll be in for a base hit. Now the kid has 2 hits tonight in 3 at-bats.
Yeah, well, that should get him back in that lineup again tomorrow. That's what you want to see. Charlie Manuel, he's the type of manager, you get hits, you play. Plain and simple. I tell you, it's amazing that he sat on the bench this long, coming from Double-A, gets that foot down. That's a little breaking ball, too, or cutter that he hit in the right center. And that's one of the things you like seeing with right-handed hitters.
Kevin Franzen, the batter. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Now, Scherholtz is out on deck after Dominic Brown's home run, his 5th of the year. Ruff falls with a single. Franzen's up now. Scherholtz is on deck.
Boy, Brown hit that ball with some authority.
I don't know if Franzen was thinking sacrifice there, if he was thinking bunt for a base hit.
Almost think he was thinking for the base hit. You know, usually if you're going to sacrifice, you go on and square, as opposed to it looked as if he was going to drag that ball.
I thought Charlie Manuel might think about sack here because you have the pinch hitter on deck. You don't have a pitcher. But yeah. Ruff's not the fastest base runner. And maybe he's thinking, let's see if we can get a bigger inning.
Well, yeah. Well, hit and run, too, could work. You know, Franzen usually puts that wood right there on the ball.
3-1 the count with nobody out.
Well, we haven't seen the way that Ruff actually runs. And you don't have to be a fast runner for the hit and run.
Fly ball, shallow left center field. And Harper makes the catch. And with 1 out, runner at first, it's time for the Major League Notebook. Let's check in with Murph, who's out in Ashburn Alley. Murph?
All right, T-Mac, thank you very much. Brought to you by Gwinnett Mercy College. And an MRI that was taken on Tuesday on the thumb of Michael Bourne showed no structural damage, but the Atlanta center fielder not in the lineup tonight. However, they do expect him to be back tomorrow. And the St. Louis Cardinals also dealing with an injury to their third baseman, David Freese. He actually rolled his ankle while getting ready for the game in the batting cages. He is out of tonight's lineup, and actually they're not sure forward when he'll be back. No structural damage there as well, but Freeze has had problems with his ankles before, so they're going to take it easy with him, guys.
Tell you what, that is a tough guy to take out of that Cardinal lineup.
Yeah.
Sherholtz is up now.
Yeah, one of their clutch hitters, usually hitting in the 3, 4, 5 spot.
Hasn't slowed them down tonight. They're leading Houston in the 4th inning.
Well, if there's one thing that St. Louis has, it's bats in that lineup, guys.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a shame because, as you know, they're trying to wrap up a playoff spot. And, you know, Freeze, as you said, has been a big part of that. And with such a fluke injury, he was actually running around the inside batting cages before the game, just a couple minutes before, and he rolled his ankle on a soft spot in the turf in there. And that caused the problem. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That is a strange injury.
Yeah.
You hear them all the time.
You also hear all the fans around you there, Murph, out in Esplanade. How's
they're having a good time here tonight.
Yeah. 3-0 the count to Nate Sherholtz.
Boy, that's a new one there. Running in the cage, turning your ankle.
Ball 4, and now 1st and 2nd. And Rollins will be the hitter. Steve McCaddy, the pitching coach, is coming up the stairs. Now he just stopped. Thought maybe he was buying some time for Gonzalez. That's what he's doing. Yeah, Adam Roach is buying time first. And now McCaddy's going out to do the same thing. Michael Gonzalez, the veteran relief pitcher, is loosening up in the bullpen.
Well, when you talk to any of the coaches, and especially pitching coach here, McCaddy, about Strasburg, nobody wants to really talk a lot. But he did mention and say that the kid didn't really want to do it. I think this is the only year that they're actually doing that. Supposedly next year it's all go. As you see Bo Porter and Davey Johnson consulting each other. But it's got to be difficult for him because every player dreams of being able to pitch in postseason and then further to the World Series. But I think the teammates for sure still respect him because, again, they understand that it isn't coming from him.
All right, it's not his decision. He is totally against the decision. Jimmy Rollins with 1 out as the batter. Rollins 0 for 3 tonight. He's 0 for his last 16. Outside 1-0.
Well, he's had those streaks where he go 0 for 14, 0 for 16. Seems to have just been a little bit too hot and cold this year. Average suffers because of that.
In the dirt, Suzuki blocked it. And he keeps the runners at 1st and 2nd.
Good block as he keeps that ball right in front of him. J-Ro thinking the pitch before that one in the dirt was a ball. You know, that's a whole different situation. 2 balls as opposed to 1 and 1. Back in the driver's seat again, though.
Rays have done a nice job tonight waiting out the pitchers for the Nationals on a number of occasions. Detweiler wound up walking 4, ran some deep counts in the 2nd and 3rd. Now, after Sherholtz walks, Rollins is ahead 3-1. And ball 4 will load up the bases.
Okay, that's a good at bat. He would do a little bit more of that. He'd be able to have that average somewhere around 275 or higher, but he just doesn't walk a lot.
Mayberry tonight is 0 for 2. They'll play the infield at double play depth. Down 6-3. You have Ruff over at third, Shearholtz at second, Rollins at first. Well, even a fly ball here could give the Phils a little extra cushion. Outside, 1-0.
Good pitch there. Way to hold up on it, because that ball there, it looked to be a fastball. And though Mayberry's been taking that first pitch quite a bit. Should be looking for his pitch right now.
Want to know the count.
Good pitch to hit. Got to be thinking maybe more single. If he hits it out, great. Just want to try and get something out of this situation. If he can get it in the gap, he can maybe break the game open. It's a tough pitch. Well, you know, of different ways you can come back in there with a fastball off the plate. I thought that one was off the plate. You can come back with another hard slider. That's the pitch that they've been getting Mayberry out with. Needs to stay on it.
Two outs here in the sixth. And now it'll be up to Chase Utley, but he's not going to face the right-hander Craig Stammen. Davey Johnson's coming out. He's going to go for the left-hander. With the bases loaded here in the bottom of the sixth inning, the Phillies have scored a run on a home run by Dominic Brown. They're threatening to get some more. And Davey Johnson is going to go to the veteran left-hander Michael Gonzalez. As this is an AT&T call to the bullpen here at Citizens Bank Park, with the Phillies on top by 3. It's Phillies Fantasy Camp. It goes from January 16th to the 20th, 2013 in Clearwater. For more information, call 610-520-3400. Spots are limited. And don't forget, Mike Schmidt's going to make an appearance this year at Phillies Fantasy Camp.
Really?
Yeah, 610-520-3400. Mike Gonzalez is on to face Chase Utley. 45th game for Gonzalez. 38 strikeouts and 33 in the third. Lefty's hitting just 177 against him. Utley is 1 for 2. And a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Should be able to see him a little bit better. He comes right over the top as opposed to dropping down. That's when that hitter sometimes wants to bail. See, that comes right over the top. Comes over the top, you see the ball much better. as opposed to coming from the side.
Stardo and DeFreitas are throwing in the pen for the Phillies. So it won the count to Chase. And a breaking ball, and it's 2-2.
What a great pitch. That's the difference from pitchers pitching in the minor leagues and the major leagues. Major leagues, you got to be able to throw an off-speed pitch when you're behind in the count the way he did. That way you don't become predictable. Usually the minor league guys aren't able to do that. At least they're not consistent.
Utley pulls it on one hop, smothered by LaRoche. They're right at him, and the Phillies leave him loaded here in the 6th inning. They do get a run, though, on the home run by Dominic Brown, so they'll take a 3-run lead into the 7th inning when we return.
Número 51, receptor de catcher, la chucha, Carlos Joaquín Ruiz.
Good ball game here tonight. Phillies with 3 home runs. Darren Ruff's first major league hit, a solo shot, and then a 3-run home run by Carlos Ruiz. Dominic Brown with a solo shot. Bryce Harper, he's 2 for 3 tonight. He's knocked in a run the base as well. Kurt Suzuki's really hurt the Phillies with a 2-out run, with a run scored, and then that RBI that he got with the base open and 2 outs. So it's been a good ball game to this point, and Phillies trying to spoil a little bit here for the Nationals.
Well, Steve Lombardozzi will pinch hit against Justin DeFreitas, who will start the 7th inning for the Phillies. Lombardozzi pinch hits for Mike Gonzalez, and it's 0-1. Dominic Brown moves from right field to left field for the Phillies, and Nate Scherholtz, who pinch hit, will be the new right fielder. DeFreitas has got into a handful of games since being promoted from the minor leagues. On the inside corner, and it's 0-2.
Nice night for Darren Ruff, 2 hits. They want to go for better defense right now with a 3-run lead, so they'll move Brown over there and leave Scherholtz in the game. There's the numbers on DeFreitas.
2 pitch coming to Lombardozzi. Gets it toward first. Diving stop on one hop by Ryan Howard. And a little spin before he heads to the bag. 1 out here in the 7th.
That's a good play. It was hit off the end of the bat a little bit, but still a left-handed hitter. It's going to hook towards the line, and Ryan made a really good play on that.
Time now for our Liberty Mutual defensive play of the game, and here you go.
We just see it. Here it is.
Saw it.
Watch it hook. And he dives and takes it on the short hop, that big picker. And then has time to trot on over to first base and get the out.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy? Jason Worth is 0 for 3. Struck out. He's popped out. He's grounded out.
To the delight of many here in the crowd, it would appear.
Yeah. Late on a fastball. It's 0-2. Pitch was a little high. What a 2 the count to Worth. And I don't know where that pitch was. 2-2 the count.
Pretty good breaking ball.
It was.
Must have been low.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, an update from Detroit, where the Tigers have shut out the Royals 2-0. Delman Young, an RBI and 2 hits. So the Tigers are tied with the White Sox for the lead in the Central. And Jason Worth is struck out here in the 7th. Always thought they had him struck out a pitch before.
Well, they backed up sliders there. Now Charlie's going to go with the left-hander Bastardo, I guess, with Harper coming up.
There are the standings in the Central. Tigers and White Sox dead heat, 82 and 72. We're going to have a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. DeFreitas gets the 2 batters he was in charge of facing. Now Antonio Bastardo's coming in. We'll tell you about Antonio's numbers when we come back. later on Phillies Clubhouse. Don't miss the Phillies' top 10 moments for the past 5 years, as voted on by a blue ribbon panel of Phillies experts. Don't miss Phillies Clubhouse, presented by Mercedes-Benz, tonight at 11 after Sports Night on Comcast Sportsnet. Wheels, were you part of that blue ribbon panel that voted for the top 10 plays the last 5 years? Top 10 moments?
We were, weren't we? No. No, is that the thing Jeff put together?
It is not. No, I don't think it's the thing that Jeff Halleck, our producer, put together.
Well, then no.
Okay.
How about you?
I was not. I just heard it was a blue ribbon panel, and I thought maybe you had a chance to be part of it.
If I'm on a blue ribbon panel, that'll be a first.
I mean, maybe this is when you were doing it, when you were over at Comcast Sportsnet Studios with Ricky Bottalico.
Oh my!
What you guys do over there?
We looked like we were posing as funeral directors.
Bastardo on to face Bryce Harper. And the first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
That was the 15th anniversary special they're putting together for Comcast Sportsnet, being here for 15 years, and Ricky and I were asked to intro the baseball section.
All right. How'd you do?
We got it done.
All right.
Ricky told me today it was good. He had seen the finished product. So I'll take Bo's word for it.
1 ball and 1 strike to count to Harper.
First time I ever read a teleprompter, so that was a challenge.
Did Ricky write it for you, or did you write it?
No.
No. Here we go again.
Rob wrote it for me.
2 the count. Rob Kessner.
Yes.
One of the producers over at Comcast.
Good man, and I had the pleasure to work with through the years, and he wrote it, and our part, Bo, Ricky Bottalico, and my part were to introduce Jimmy Rollins, who I guess was going to do the baseball section.
One and 2 the count to Harper. With 2 outs here in the 7th. He fouls it away. It remains 1 and 2. Phillies bullpen trying to close this game out. They have 7 outs to go. Swing and a miss. He got it with a slider. That's the 9th strikeout tonight for Phillies pitching. 6 for Hamels, and now 3 for the bullpen. Time to stretch here in Philadelphia. The Phillies holding on to a 3-run lead. answer. Wheels, let me give you the question one more time just to refresh your memory. In 93, how many days were the Phillies not in first place?
I think it was 1.
1 is correct.
It's amazing.
After losing their 4th game of the season, just 1.
Yeah, and then they just took off and went wire to wire from that point.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. And thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans. Fanatic Dangle hats everywhere around the ballpark. And also in Russia and in Alaska and in was it Yosemite National Park? All over the place. Zach Duke will take over for the Nationals as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Bahamas. How about the Bahamas?
We're still on the A's and the B's?
We're on B's.
Yeah.
Now we're in C's. The Great Wall of China.
This is good. I love the alphabetical part.
A Christmas Story house. I didn't even know there was a Christmas Story house in Ohio. Of course, Disney. You can't have a picture without the folks at Disney.
That was Orlando?
I believe that was Orlando. I don't think it was California. Howard will lead it off against Duke. Howard is 1 for 3. That's the radio booth.
Oh boy.
Scott and Larry. Check swing, foul ball. That's Bull. Bull put one on out at the barbecue.
Greg.
Howard takes. It's 1-2. We'd like people to keep sending them in no matter where they are.
Who sent the one in a Bull?
That's a good question.
Hey man, where'd that come from?
Howard lays off again. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hope they bought a sandwich. It's quite a production out there. Bull's Barbecue.
It is quite a production, and the food is outstanding.
Outstanding. Great part of the atmosphere in this yard.
And Howard can't lay off. He's down on strikes. Suzuki will flip to first. And that's 1 out here in the 7th. These lucky fans are tonight's Citizens 7. They were receiving a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. Carlos will bat with 1 out. As Howard goes back to the dugout. Carlos, 3-run home run back in the 3rd. It was a big part of the early success for the Phillies offensively tonight. Darren Ruff in his first major league home run. And then Ruiz followed an inning later with a 3-run shot. Fly ball right field. Worth is there. On the edge of the track makes the catch for the 2nd out. Dominic Brown is also homered tonight. His 5th home run of the year. Brown is 1 for 3. Grounded out twice in the home run in the 6th. I think you saw behind Dominic Brown. Ty Wigginton was jumping around, taking some practice swings. Outside, it's 1-0.
And that is now the pitcher spot. The Freitas and Bastardo doing a good job last inning. Got him out. Got the 3 outs. Trying to piece it together tonight. Cole Hamels with a short outing for him for just 5 innings.
Shortest outing of the year.
Yeah, and then Lindblom did a good job. Cole just threw a lot of pitches, threw 99. He had 24 foul balls mixed in there. Dominic Brown, this was on the first pitch. Got a down and in fastball. Oh, left-handed hitters love that. And he turned on it.
Brown hits it back toward the middle. Espinosa takes it on a hop. And he's able to throw out Dominic for the final out. here in the 7th inning. So much to the chagrin of the fanatic, the Phillies go down in order. But it's time for him to dance when we come back. If it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. By Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. Call 1-800-JEFF now for an appointment. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer. Visit ChevyDealer.com. On Goya Latino Family Celebration Night, the 11th annual one here in Philadelphia between the Vet and Citizens Bank Park. Phillies lead it 6-3. The Nationals' magic number was 5 to clinch the division. Any combination of 5 national wins or 5 Braves losses would give Davey Johnson's squad the division. Well, the Braves haven't done their part. They just qualified for the postseason thanks to a 400-foot plus walk-off home run by Freddie Freeman. And they are celebrating in Atlanta. They win it 4-3.
Yeah, they're spraying it all over the place in Atlanta. You know, it's just for the wild card, but when you went through what they went through last year, that has to be a tremendous relief for them.
Well, and think about the irony of it. The fact that Freeman, who made the last out last year, hits the walk-off to get them in this year.
You know, double play against the Phillies in that final game, and the great shot had the dejection of him down that first baseline when he threw his helmet and then just went down on a knee as they knew that it was over for them.
Well, so here at the top of the 8th, the Phillies are trying to keep the Nationals' magic number at 5. They lead it 6-3. Felipe Almond is in the ballgame to face Zimmerman, LaRoche, and Michael Morse.
You know, these guys still have a lot of wiggle room to win the division, but you know the Braves are not they're not going quietly. Here it is, right here. Here's the play, double play. DeFreitas wins this game. See, he slammed that helmet. And then the dejection that followed, it was
a remarkable night in baseball.
Yeah, and then within about 5 to 10 minutes after that, you had those American League games end the way that they did. That was some night.
One ball and 2 strikes the count to Zimmerman, who does have an RBI tonight. He's 1 for 3. Tried a curve ball that floated way outside, 2-2.
Chipper Jones right in the middle of that 9th inning rally.
And he was on third thinking, all right, it's at least a sac fly to tie the game.
Yeah. It was off Mike or off Dunn. Left-hander.
That ball's hit well to center field. Mayberry's out there. And the catch is made. He got it in just a little bit.
Right, and that's the difference between Zimmerman maybe hitting a center field home run and a loud out, is that he had to pull his arms back. That's why Ruff's home run, I thought, was so impressive early in the game. The way he pulled his hands back and still was quick enough to hit out. Normally, when you pull your hands back like that, as Zimmerman just did, you get jammed.
LaRoche is 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a single. Phillies playing the pull with 3 infielders on the right side. And they throw it inside. It's 1-0.
I think they were doing that when Cole was pitching, because with a left-hander, you're going to maybe leave the shortstop on the other side a second, thinking he'll hit it that way. With a right-hander, they go into an overshift pull defense.
One ball and 1 strike on the foul ball.
You know, the other thing,
it's 1-2.
Just thinking about that Braves win, that keeps that record going of them winning when Medlin starts. Just tied Whitey Ford tonight for a record that goes way back for consecutive games won.
22.
22 when Medlin pitches the game. They got a little angel dust going with that guy right now.
Would you still start him in game 1?
Absolutely.
1-2 pitch to LaRoche. Dribbled on the ground toward the right side. 6-3 on the putout there.
Unless he looked really bad tonight and has a bad outing after this.
It's only 3-2, so couldn't have looked that bad.
For him, it was bad, I guess, because he's been giving up next to nothing every start.
Oh, Amont's got the first 2 outs, and here's Michael Morse. Morse is 1 for 3.
Almont get the job down here, and then Papelbon will have the bottom of the order in the 9th.
I think the other thing about Almont, and he hasn't gotten through this inning just yet, is that this would be a kind of a rejuvenation for him, because he hasn't pitched that well his last few outings. After pitching well here at Citizens Bank Park. 1-0 pitch coming to Morse. With foul, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Figure 10 of the 13 appearances Almont has made have been scoreless in his major league career. However, the last few have, well, they haven't gone as smoothly as he would like.
And these guys are getting a look at him for the first time. He wasn't up here when they were here in August, at the end of August.
Lays off a curveball. It's 2-1.
Have a lot of power in this lineup. Boy, up and down it, they can hurt you with homers. They almost have an American League lineup now when you look at it.
Sarge talked about it before, and it's something that Charlie Manuel's talked about with the Nationals, is the ability to go right, left, or left, right throughout, from top to bottom. And that neutralizes the bullpen, at least in Charlie's mind and any manager's mind.
Yeah, and they can. And one of the main reasons they can do is because Espinosa being a switch hitter.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Morse. A little dribbler in front of the plate. Ruiz is out from behind the dish, and Almont has a 1-2-3 8th inning. How about the job by the Phillies bullpen tonight? Lindblom, DeFreitas, Bastardo, and Almont. They have not allowed a base runner. regular season schedule at home slides away. But don't forget, Fan Appreciation Night is this Thursday at 7:05. 2013 Phillies schedule magnet to all fans coming to the ballpark, plus a postcard pack free to all fans. Some prizes and surprises. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets to Fan Appreciation Night. Phillies will send Ty Wigginton up to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They'll do so against Zach Duke, the former Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher, who Wheels is slimmed down. Isn't he slimmed down a little bit?
Yeah, it really is. It does look different. I don't know who that was when he first came in.
See Wigginton's numbers: 11 home runs, 43 runs batted in.
Duke and Gorzolani are two guys Phillies always had a lot of trouble with. That's like a semi-yo-yo look right there. There's Yo-Yo's hat, the second hat. Or was that all one hat?
That was a second. There were two hats.
Yeah, there you go. The top one is Yo-Yo.
He's out there every night. That's his spot.
Yep.
It's a standing roll only ticket every single night.
I'd like to thank him for his patronage.
Yo-Yo used to move around a little bit.
Yeah. Or as Zink used to say, and good night.
Swing and a miss. Wigginton is rung up for the first out here in the 8th. And Franzen's coming up. Franzen's 1 for 3 in today's ball game. Doubled his first time up, popped out and flied out. Popped out to first, flied out to center. Reaches out and hooks that one to left for the second out. And Scherholtz will bat for the second time.
Usually when a hitter gets a swing like that, it's something off speed, either breaking ball or changeup. First pitch swinging fastball. And Kevin hit it off the end of the bat a little bit. You see too many major league players get out in front of a pitcher, major league fastball. It's usually how people say, how can you tell pitches? And a lot of times just watch a swing.
There's Papelbon up in the bullpen for the Phils. He'll come on to pitch the 9th inning. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Papelbon has 36 saves this year for the Phillies.
Yeah, right now a save situation. But if somehow, unless somehow you make it a 6, 7, 8 run game here with 2 outs, he's coming into this game. Came into the game with 4 runs the other night.
Swing and a miss, and Scherholtz is rung up. So 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies. Duke has retired the 6 Phillies he's faced. Now it's up to Jonathan Papelbon. When we come back for the 9th inning, the Phils going for the victory. Top of the ninth inning, the Phillies are going for the victory against the Washington Nationals. A win tonight would mean that the Nationals cannot celebrate here in Philadelphia, and that's what they're trying to do. Papelbon will face Ian Desmond, Danny Espinosa, and Kurt Suzuki. Look what Papelbon's done each year since 2006. 35 saves in 06, ERA under 1. Take that all the way through to 2012, where he's 36 for 40 in save situations with a 2.5 earned run average. So he's on here to face Ian Desmond to begin the top of the ninth inning. Even with all the Phillies struggles this year, you know, and Jonathan has had some struggles in non-save situations. He's been pretty consistent for the Phillies. And now trying to go get Ian Desmond. Desmond tonight is 0 for 3. He's flied out twice, and he's popped out. Nationals took a 1-0 lead, and then Darren Ruff's first major league hit, a home run, tied the game. That was in the second. Phil scored 4 in the third. He tacked on another one in the sixth. First pitch is popped foul and out of play. It's 0-1. One thing that Papelbon has done since the All-Star break is that he's been able to throw his slider and his split a little more often. Kind of get the hitters off the fastball, which is his out pitch. There is the slider, and it's 0-2.
Right, exactly, just like that. Well, you just can't keep throwing all fastballs. There's Tom's point right there in the first half, the second half numbers for Jonathan. Always nice when you make a point and they throw one of them up, isn't it?
Look where Ruiz is setting up. Throws a fastball outside and high, but it's 1-2. I remember Mick Billmeyer. You know, Papelbon has been so successful in his major league career. Mick Billmeyer, you know, was talking about getting him to throw, you know, more pitches earlier in at bats than the fastball, and he felt like in the National League it would help him as the season went on, and it has helped him. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss at 94.
Yeah, even if you don't get a strike with it, you put it in their head. And that's the point. And sometimes you throw something off speed. There's Mick. Tom was talking about. Sometimes you'll throw something off speed the way you're talking about, and a hitter will freeze and take it, and maybe you get it over, and then you're ahead in the count. Now you come with that, and you got him thinking, well, I got this other stuff that he's been throwing, and you're late on the fastball. And that's the whole point of pitching. It's all change in speed and deception.
Well, Espinosa 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. He's walked. Phillies bullpen has held the Nats 0 for 10 with 4 strikeouts tonight.
Yeah, they had to get a lot of outs out of the bullpen to win this game, and so far so good. There you go, right there. He started with a split.
Toyota Major League Scoreboard. The Blue Jays have shut out the Orioles 4-0. Yan Gomes 2 for 4 and an RBI. Couple that with the Yankees score. They're up 2-1 over Minnesota.
That's a bad loss for the Orioles here.
Yeah, they would wind up if the Yankee score stays 2.5 behind the Yankees. 0-1 the count to Espinosa.
Start him with a split and then throw some high 95 cheese. It's 0-2. The guy struck out 177 times. Now it's 179. Looking for a nice round number here at 180. Cerise is emphatic about what he wants here. Yep.
Swing and a miss. He got it with 95 again. Back-to-back strikeouts for Papelbon.
Chooch really wanted it up a little more than that, but it's fine. Jonathan threw it in the zone a little bit, but with 2 strikes and that velocity, threw it right by him. See where Carlos puts a glove. He wants the high fastball. Now it's more of a better strike for a hitter, but still a good one. Gets him 180 punch outs for that guy right now.
11 strikeouts tonight for Phillies pitching.
Well, we mentioned coming into this, they've struck out a lot, this team. Third in the league, only behind Houston and San Diego as far as punch-outs.
Yeah, just ahead of the Atlanta Braves. Suzuki tonight is 2 for 3. Phillies up by 3, trying to wrap up game 1. Got a strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
When you haven't been there before like these guys, they still are in a commanding position. But you have a night like this, and it's a long time till tomorrow night.
Well, the Braves, if the Phillies win this, the Braves would be just 4 out.
Right. That's what I mean. With the Braves winning a dramatic game and then maybe them losing, then you can't wait to play again. Phillies have been in both sides of this sort of stuff over the last few years, so you really get a feel for it.
1 ball and 1 strike that counts to Suzuki.
And he's seen everything, and so's Charlie. Davey Johnson and Charlie Manuel, 2 veterans.
A little wide. Hit back toward the middle. Another hit for Suzuki.
Good tough out tonight.
And he's aboard. It's his 3rd hit of the night. Chad Tracy's going to come up and pinch hit.
These guys have scored some runs with 2 outs tonight. In fact, I think all 3 of them. Yeah, all 3 of their runs tonight have been with 2 outs.
Yeah, 1 in the 2nd, then the 2 in the 5th. On a single by Harper and a single by Zimmerman. So Suzuki won't be held on. Howard's going to play behind him. Chad Tracy's the batter. He'll pinch hit for Zach Duke. Suzuki goes. Pitch is chopped to the right side. This should do it. Utley waits and then fires to first in time. And the Phillies have defeated the Washington Nationals 6-3. And they have assured their fans that the Nationals will not celebrate a division crown here at Citizens Bank Park. And in doing so, Jonathan Papelbon picked up his 37th save. He saved it for Cole Hamels, who now has a career high in victories, number 16. As the Phillies win it 6-3. What a night for Darren Ruff. He had 2 hits tonight, including his first hit, which was his first major league home run. It tied the game, and then the Phils scored 4 in the next inning to take the lead for good. So congratulations to Darren Ruff. He's our Chevrolet player of the game, and he also reaches a pretty special milestone tonight with his first major league hit being a home run. So the Phillies take game 1. Here are W. Mason deliveries of the game. The Phillies went searching for some long balls tonight.
Yeah, they sure did. Here's the first one. 1-0 they trail. Look at his hand, pull those hands in and hit that baby out to deep left center field. Darren Ruff's first major league hit's a long ball, a home run. Congratulations to a very nice young man. And they put on an unbelievable freeze for him that took a long time before they congratulated him. Then Chooch comes back after a couple of walks and hits a baby out to left center field. And that opened it up to 5-1. Then that's got back to 5-3. Here's Dominic Brown leading off the 6th inning. Down and in, middle fastball to a left-handed hitter, and able to take a long ride a lot of times. And that was a good swing by Dom to get out front like that and hit that ball out of the ballpark.
So those are W. Mason deliveries of the game. And down on the field, celebrating his first major league hit, is Darren Ruff with Murph.
All right, thank you very much, T-Mac. Yeah, first major league start, first major league hit, and first major league home run. I know you've probably been thinking about that for a long time. How did that feel?
Oh, it felt great. Yeah, I mean, sitting there for a while, you might get a little rusty and stuff, but just try to, take advantage of every, BP session and stay fresh and keep the body loose and everything like that. And no, yeah, it felt awesome.
So it clears the wall, you round the bases, then you come back into the dugout, and you then experience the longest freeze out that I have ever seen. What's going through your head as your teammates give you a hard time with that?
I mean, I tried to, talk to some of the guys, and Rude, he was just ignoring everything I said. I was like, how long can this go on for? But, yeah, I was a little uncomfortable, but it was fun. And as soon as that second out, or the third out was made, rather, they, all came over and congratulated me. So
if it makes you feel any better, Don Brown said that he started to feel queasy in his stomach because he felt so bad for you. This is a chance for you to show what you can do. You've been able to show in batting practice and now getting a chance to show in games. Just how important are these final 8 games for you as you head into what we assume will be spring training next year with this team?
They're important. I didn't know when I'd get an opportunity, but looks like I might get one, down the stretch here 8 games to go, and just try to approach like, I've approached the whole year. I think if I try to change anything, that just sets myself up for failure, and, what I've been doing has been working so far this year, so just try to keep it going.
Yep, 39 home runs this season. If we had the one tonight, Darren, thanks a lot. Congratulations. Go enjoy yourself, guys. We'll send it back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. Darren Ruff does a little celebrating tonight because he got his first Major League hit in his first Major League start. It was a home run, and the Phillies win it 6-3. We'll be back right after this.